everybody. The snow is melting. Finally. It is mid-March. It is exactly March 11th, so not quite mid-March, I guess. It's super windy, so hopefully this new mic is canceling out the wind for me. But today is going to be the start of the very first series, the very first food plot series. I'm going to do a bunch of small plots this year. I'm going to be frost seeding a bunch of clover, which is actually what I'm doing today. I'm out here in a t-shirt. It was almost 70 degrees today. Yesterday was almost a foot under snow, and it's all melted. It is extremely wet right now along the edges of this field here. I'll give you a spin here so you can see quite how big this field is. It goes all the way down there. What I'm going to be doing is this whole end of the field here, excuse me if I'm dirty, I just got done working on my truck and right out of work. I wanted to get this seed in the ground before it starts freezing again, so I can get that freeze thaw to hopefully so the seed takes good, because next week's supposed to be cold again, or at least up and down. But anyways, this whole bottom side of this field here, down through here, all the way over, all the way down to that far wood line right here, from where I'm standing is roughly about 150 yards, and this field is about 50 yards wide. From here, from where I'm standing right here, all the way down to them trees, I'm gonna frost seed clover today. So you're gonna get to see me do that, and then I'll turn you guys back on afterwards and kind of go over how I think it took. The reason I'm doing it right now, even though it's extremely wet, is all this grass is very matted down from all the snow. So I have the best chance of the seed getting down to the soil while everything's low and flat and laying down from all this weight of the snow. So with that being said, everything over here is going to be clover. And then on the back side here, to this tree line right here, I'm going to be having the neighbor come down with a tractor. I'm going to have him till this up. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to plant in here yet, but this is going to be a tilled fall winter food plot mix here. And then I have a tree stand right over there in that tree. It's an XOP stand. Actually, I might take that down if I got enough time today. But basically, this is going to be a great bow spot. This is extremely close to bedding. All off the back side of this, once you go in about 100 yards, the deer bed there. It's kind of wet for this beginning part. Actually, it's really wet for this beginning part. So the deer don't bed right here on the edge. They bed about 100 yards in. And then if you could just see the tops of them pine trees right there, that's another bedding area that the deer use quite a bit. And then these pine trees right here behind me, the deer bed in that quite a bit. And then there's across this other field here, there's this field, and then there's this next field. And that wood's back up there in the upper end, and down here in this lower end, there's a bunch of bedding that deer use quite a bit. It's a great spot. It's got good access, and there's bedding all around. And I really feel, I used to do food plots in here years ago. I haven't in quite a while, but this year I'm going to start it back up again. And I'm thinking about I think all the seed I'm going to use this year is going to be Whitetail Institute. When I get this all tilled up, I'm going to get a soil test for this and a couple of the other spots. Make sure my pH is right and get what fertilizer or lime that I need. And I'll have the whole series is going to be all about that. So we're going to get started on frost seed, and I got about an hour before it's dark, and we're going to take advantage of the nice weather. So stay tuned. Alright everybody, well, camera died, so I have to film this on my phone. I'm trying to keep you out of the wind as much as possible. I just got done frost seeding this whole field here, except for this top part where I'm going to be doing back here. This is where I'm going to be doing that regular tilled up, probably winter greens or some kind of a beet plot, or maybe even some chicory or something. I'm not sure yet. I got to figure that out. But the rest of this field down through here, we're good to go. It's frost seeded. Up in this upper part right here, kind of where it's going to be bordering this other food plot, I overseeded. I seeded it a little extra heavy because the deer don't really use the far end of the field as much as they do like right here in this top part. So I wanted to make sure this comes up nice and thick and lush, because it's also going to be buttoned right up next to the food plot, so just all the more attractant to stay up here where I'm going to be hunting them. I want to thank you guys for watching. This is going to be a whole series. I'm going to be doing my next thing on the list for food plots is some more frost seeding I got to do at my grandma's house, and then it's going to be going into clearing limbs and getting land tilled up and fertilized and limed and soil test and all that other stuff. So I can't wait. I'm going to make a whole series out of it. If you guys could just go down below, help me out to hit that 1,000 subscribers goal I have for 2021. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you on the next one. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Today's going to be a really fun day. Today is going to be the start of the food plots. We are going to seed a hay field with some clover that my uncle got. He's a farmer. He runs all these fields over here, and he got some clover seed, so it's going to help me out. It's not going to be a straight clover plot. It is going to be still a hay lot for agriculture, but I'm going to be mixing in I think there's 55 pounds of clover here that I'm about to mix into this field. So it's going to help me out because it's going to be more usable for the deer, and there's going to be more of a food source there that the deer are going to want, and it's also going to help him out because it's going to make his field better for hay. So we're going to do that. I have a little strip driveway right off the get-go, first thing that I'm going to plant. It's not a very big area. I'm just going to throw clover in it. I'm going to frost seed it. Anything I seed today is going to be frost seeding. The ground is super hard right now. It froze last night, and then next week we're supposed to get a bunch of freeze thaw. So it should work pretty good. It's actually trying to snow right now. It's supposed to be sunny today, so I was pretty surprised when I seen snowflakes in the air this morning. There's no snow on the ground or anything, but so first things first, we're gonna plant that little strip road. Like I said, it's not very big at all. It's just another. I'm trying to put as much food into this property as possible to kind of hold deer in the big bedding area that I have there, or close ones to it. So I'm trying to just put as many food options in as I can possibly put in, and even if it's just a little bit of a farm driveway planted with clover, if the deer use it a couple times, it didn't hardly cost me anything to do it, time or materials, because I just have some leftover clover seed. That's a bonus. And then we're going to plant that big field. I have the ATV with the ATV seed spreader. We're going to spread that, and I also have the Groundhog Max with me, and there's a couple spots. If it softens up enough with the ground, I might try to break ground in a couple different spots where I'm actually going to do a food plot with either I'm thinking maybe beets and greens or winter greens from Whitetail Institute, and then maybe even possibly some biologic maximize. Those are the couple options that I'm really looking at this year, so we'll see. But I need the ground to soften up because it's hard as a rock right now, which is a great time to put this seed down for frost seeding. So we'll see you over there, and I will see you at the very first spot that we're going to start seeding. This is going to be the same video you see me frost seed at my parents' place. This is all going to be in the same video, and this is going to be part 1 of the food plot series that I have planned. We're also going to I got the battery chainsaw with me, and we're going to clear out. If I can't disc in the food plots that I have planned, I'm at least going to use the battery chainsaw and get them to size no matter what, whether I can disc or not. But we'll just see what the ground is like, if I can even try to break ground or not. So we'll see you over there at the first spot. First spot's going to be the little trail that I'm going to plant with clover, so we'll see you over there. Alright everybody, we're here at the first spot. This back here is the field that I'm going to be frost seeding with the clover. It's going to be all mixed in with the native grasses and hay and whatever else is in here. It's just a hay field pretty much. But as you guys can tell, well, I think you can tell, this field goes right here and it wraps all the way back, and then down there at the far end is where my best tree stand is. It's my favorite spot. You guys seen a lot of deer out of there this year. I killed my doe out of there this year. So you guys remember that spot. If you haven't, go back and watch some of my videos from deer season, and I can guarantee if you watch a couple of them, you'll at least see that spot. It's not only my favorite spot, but it's actually one of my easiest spots to access, which is just an awesome combination. But right here, I'll turn you around and show you. There's just this little farm driveway that wraps around here, and this is what I'm gonna throw clover in. This does get mowed. When he mows this field, he just mows this down, but it just wraps around the corner. Just a little small little strip. It's hardly anything to even worry about, but I have the extra seed from my mom's, so I'm gonna use it. It is definitely colder than I thought it was out here, so it's gonna be a cold ride to say the least. But at any rate, I'm gonna get the seed out here. We're gonna spread this quick, and then we'll get the spreader on the ATV hooked up to power, and we'll get spreading some clover out in this field. So I'm pretty excited. Hope you guys enjoy this series that I'm gonna do, and should be a lot of fun, and we'll see how it transitions through the year and how the deer use it. So stay tuned. Alright, so we just got this path done. It only took me maybe, I don't know, 10 minutes at the most. I just spread it by hand. I wasn't too worried about this particular spot. Like I said, this is not particularly going to be a spot that I actually try to kill a deer in. So I'm not real worried about it. But I can see these seeds are blue. They have that little seed coat on them, so you can see them pretty well. I'll show you guys here what kind of coverage I have. You can see all these little blue seeds right there. That's pretty much just about how it is throughout this whole trail. So we should get some decent soil contact, and there should be definitely some clover in here. Hopefully a lot of clover in here come this spring, summer, and into fall. And clover's awesome because the following years this will just keep growing. I can frost seed it every year, making as thick as I want in here. But it's just another small food source that the deer can have right here next to the apple orchard. Behind this apple orchard is the bedding. So it's just another small food source these deer can have right here close to their bedding, their water, other food all around. Hopefully it keeps them in here and makes a few more deer, bucks stay and hold in here if I can hold the does. So we're going to get the four-wheeler hooked up and get the clover on this hay field. So that's going to be the next step. All right, everybody, we're all hooked up, power and ground, and I have the stop set on the crank for the gate for the seed, because this clover seed is real small. You guys can, I don't know how well you can tell how small that is, but very, very small seed. So I have the gate set for just a little teeny tiny crack, and we are going to get going on spreading this seed out in this field. All right, everybody, this field is done. We got this whole field down through here, and it goes around that bend over there. Then there's another 1.5 acres over there. This is about 1.5 acres here. There's 1.5 acres over there. Actually, this is closer to 2 acres. We got this thing all spread, seeded with clover. The sun's coming out, it's getting warmer, it's getting nice. So hopefully this seed takes and we can get some good clover up in here, and we can get some more deer utilizing this back corner of this field. My favorite spot is, see that pine tree right there? That's the tree that my tree stand is in. Right back up in here, I'm doing a little kill plot. It's just kind of, I really want to hold the deer here. My main focus is holding deer here. I want to hold as much deer here as possible, and I need to give them every resource that I can possibly give them. So that's the plan. I'm going to take you guys in here and I'm going to show you, do a little bit before and a little bit after of where I'm going to get to today. I did hook up the groundhog. I don't know if I'm going to be able to use it today or not. I need to get this stuff cleared out and then see how frozen the ground is, because it was really cold this morning. This is going to be the little kill plot. This open area in here. It's not very big at all. It's not even a 1/4 acre. But I just want to put some food in here. You guys can see how thick it is all around this. The deer bed all in this stuff, all around it. These are all apple trees over here. It's got a super thick understory, and it's nasty. It's a lot of this red brush here that you see. It's thick and nasty. So what I'm just doing here is like this patch of shrubs right here. I'm gonna get these out of there. I'm gonna get some of these other ones out of here, and then I'm probably gonna prune a couple of these apple trees eventually too. Probably won't get that today, but I'm gonna prune them so they grow more apples on the edge of this, and get this stuff cleared out, and maybe even just see what I can do with the groundhog, and see if I can get at least this started. So, but got a lot of work to do, so I figured I'd just show you before what it looks like. When I'm all done, I'll show you a little bit of after. But stay tuned, big things are coming. And if you guys haven't, I did come out with my own series of calls. It's the engraved series of calls. Head over to Purrfect Custom Turkey and Game Calls on Instagram. Shoot them a message, tell them Engraved Outdoors sent you. It gets you guys a little bit of a discount, and you're gonna get a great call. The thing sounds phenomenal. If you go to my Instagram or Purrfect Custom Turkey and Game Calls Instagram, you'll be able to see the videos there. So check that out. I think they're 12 bucks. It's not a very expensive call, and it sounds amazing. You guys will hear a lot this spring, so stay tuned, and I'll turn you guys back on when I get this all finished up for the day. You guys probably don't want to watch this whole thing. I'll make it quick. Look at that. I'm pretty impressed by this little groundhog max for the back of the ATV here. I don't know how well you guys will be able to see that down there. But the food plot goes probably about 50 yards in front of the four-wheeler. It's a narrow strip plot. You got an apple tree here. All these are all apple trees right here. It's a little apple orchard. So there's gonna be a ton of food for the deer there. And then even where right here where it looks like it's not dug up, it's dug up. There's just a bunch of residue on the ground. But you want to keep some residue because it'll help the seed from blowing away or washing away if we get a heavy rain. And it also helps the soil, it feeds the soil and feeds the plants that you plant in here. So leaving a little bit of residue behind is not the end of the world. So I'm pretty happy with it. The first food plot of the year is officially disced up. I have this plot. I have another plot that's bigger than this one on this property that I'm gonna do over here. It's on the other side of these pine trees back here, probably 300 yards. It's a little bit bigger than this one. It's in more of an open area. And I'm gonna use that plot over there for helping people hunt that, you know, either haven't shot a deer or I got a couple people that I want to take out, including my grandpa. My grandpa unfortunately has Parkinson's disease, so it's real hard for him to get in and out of places. So I could pop a ground blind up right there, and me and him could get in and out of there real easy, and hopefully it turns out to be a good, well-used plot by the deer, and we can get him a deer on the ground this fall. If it all works out, this should be a pretty productive plot, and should grow up pretty nice. The soil's dug up probably about 3 or 4 inches. So I'm gonna get packed up, get out of here. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please go down there, subscribe. It helps me out a ton. I got that goal of 1,000 subscribers. It's totally free, and I really appreciate it. And we'll see you on the next one. We should be shed hunting tomorrow, so I should have another video after this one of some shed hunting. So stay tuned.